Hello, I'm Isabel from Mind Body Education for the Holistic Success Hub. I'm here to talk to you today about the Web and Branding Setup Program. I'm introducing you to it and giving you a little bit of a guided tour so that you can get the most out of this particular program. Let's have a look at it. We'll go across and this is the page that you have found yourself on and where you're viewing this video from usually. And so here we are, Holistic Success Hub website and branding creation program. Now this is going to be super useful for you whether you are just starting out and setting up your new website and branding, or whether you've already got an established business and you're wanting to refresh and reboot, renovate your look and attract more clients, maybe change your image a little bit. So once you hop onto this page, you'll scoot down and you'll see a creative journey to building your holistic branding website. So this is going to be fun. It's not going to be difficult, too techo or anything like that. We're actually going to be using some AI to build you a new website. And I know that sounds outrageous for some people, but truly it's so easy and so fun. You'll be able to create a beautiful website really easily with little to no skill at all. Okay, so this is what the page has to offer you through the program, regardless of whether you're starting out brand new, just setting your business up, or whether you've already got your business set up and you're wanting to refresh your brand. You're in the right place. So this is a little video here about branding, just to explain to you a little bit more in depth about what branding's all about and how to start thinking about creating a branding kit for yourself, which is a really important thing to have. There's also the download the step-by-step guide to creating your branding kit. I've said this many times throughout this program and through different videos. Branding is so important. Branding is the thing that helps people to feel safe and secure around your social pages and your website. It keeps the journey consistent for people and lets them know they're in the right place. Branding is really important. It stops it from looking messy or making people wonder if they've gone from the right Facebook page to the right website. You know, if you've got one kind of colouring and branding on your socials and then they come to your website and it looks completely different, it makes room for doubt about whether they're on the right path. And it also reduces the professionalism that is shining out of your business. And you want to look professional as well as heart-centered. And so your branding needs to be a real reflection of you and your energy. That's what's really got to come through in your branding. Having that branding kit prepared helps you to always have that on hand, always know what your colours are, what your fonts are, what your flavour is, if you like. So you can watch that little video there and you can also go with that step-by-step guide and that will help you set up your branding. Then you're going to learn how to create a website using AI. I know it's outrageous, right? But it's so easy. Watch this video first. This lady gives you just like an overview of what it's all about and how it works, just to kind of get you comfortable with the ideas around it and show you a little bit about what the possibilities are. And then this second video will actually step you through creating it. So I suggest that you watch a little bit, watch it all through first actually, and then go back, watch a little bit, pause it, do the thing, and then come back, watch a little bit more, pause it, do the thing. And in that way, in a very short time, a few hours really, I mean, they say much less and it could be much less. For some people, it's, you know, half an hour and you've got an amazing website. But that's also got to do with the kind of planning and prep you've done beforehand. Your branding kit is going to really help you here to make this a faster and more comfortable and informed process. So do that. There's also a downloadable step-by-step guide here for you to be able to do that. Now here's 20 hints on creating a fantastic website. One is to keep it simple. You want it to be clean, uncluttered. That kind of design helps visitors to stay focused and feel calm and not overwhelmed. The next is to separate information rather into digestible sections. So you don't want to just have like this big heap of text or a big bunch of pictures. You need to have a little flow, and make sure there's plenty of white space in there, and that if you've got a lot of information, sometimes it's good to put that on different pages and add in buttons so that they can go there without overwhelming people with stacks and stacks of information. It's very confronting for a lot of people. Stay consistently on brand. That's going to be my catch cry now forever. Stay on brand. Use your chosen colors, fonts, imagery, and tone of voice across all pages to build trust and recognition. Make navigation easy. So use clear, intuitive menus and limit the number of main tabs to keep things clear and user-friendly. Being overcrowded really puts people into overwhelm. Especially if you're a holistic therapist or a wellbeing practitioner and you've got people coming to you because they have issues that they want to work through. They may be very stressed and they don't want anything that's going to look more stressful for them. They want something that gives them the feeling they're looking for of calm and safety. So that's what your website really needs to reflect. Prioritize mobile responsiveness. So ensure your site looks good and functions smoothly on phones and tablets as well as on computers. A mistake many people make. Looks great when you're making it on your computer screen and then it just falls apart on the phone. But this AI program that I've given you up there to be able down there, whichever way it is on this particular page now, is going to allow you to create something that's going to work across all sorts of different devices and allow you to check that and make sure that that works really well. Highlight your most important offerings first. So make it obvious what you do and who you help right on the homepage. Don't make it hard for people to figure out what you do and if they're in the right place. Have a clear call to action. Now, every page should tell your visitors what to do next, like book now or download your free guide or contact me or book into the retreat or whatever the call to action is. Make sure that's on every page, really clear and really easy for people. Don't make people have to hunt for how to work with you. Make the contact simple. Include a clear contact button or form on every page, at least in your header or footer. I have seen so many people create beautiful websites that are almost impossible to discover how to contact them. And it might be some little phone number down the bottom somewhere. Make finding you and contacting you the easiest thing they can do today. Enable easy online booking. So integrate booking systems so that clients can schedule sessions without needing to contact you first. This is really, really important. So many people these days want to make their bookings without actually having to connect with other people. So you can do that through using simple things like Calendly or Jotform. Make it really, or maybe you can build in a form even on your website that's part of that website program, but you want to make it really easy for people to book in. And there's nothing more fun than you just waking up one morning and you find you've got people that have booked in and you haven't even had to do any extra work to get them booking in with you. So make that easy. Include a secure and easy payment option. So allow clients to pay online with confidence and ease. Making payments easy is the most important, another really important thing that you can do. Don't make it hard for people to pay you. If you allow people to book in and then you go, oh, we'll send you an invoice, and then you send them an invoice and then they have to pay the invoice or they don't pay the invoice, so you have to follow them up. You've put all these steps in the way between them wanting to give you money and you receiving the money. And there's all these places where that can fall apart, When somebody wants to work with you and they've made the decision to do it and they book in, make it easy for them to pay you right then and there. You can do that through integrating Stripe into all of your booking forms, and so people can pay safely with a credit card straight away. Now, through the Holistic Success Hub, I will be exploring ways for you to integrate payment, including Stripe, as we work through our weekly emails. So if you haven't already got that, don't worry, we'll work on that soon. Okay, so make it easy for people to pay you, okay? And even things like we used to see a lot of people putting pay by bank transfer. Here's my BSB number. Here's my account. It just leaves too many places for them to go, oh, look, I'll do that when I come back. I've got to go and pick the kids up in 5 minutes, so I'll do it when I come back. And then they go and do this and they do that. And then the car needs new tires by the time they get home, and all of a sudden paying you becomes not a priority anymore. Or the excitement that they felt when they first found you has been washed away by some other emotion or idea. So make it really easy for people to pay you. Okay, moving right along, feature real testimonials, add authentic client reviews to build credibility and connection. It's a great idea to ask everybody you work with to send them a little form saying, thank you so much. It was lovely working with you. I hope you enjoyed your session today or your retreat or whatever it was you did. Would you mind completing this little testimonial so that I can let other people know what you thought of my work? I will be publishing this on social media and my website, and then ask them to fill that in. And then you've got genuine testimonials. And that's really important because these days people really want to see what other people think about your work. Okay, so then we've got use high quality relevant images. That's really important. You must use images that you have the legal right to use. Okay, so that is royalty-free images. Now on the Holistic Success Hub, I've given you a whole load of places where you can go and download. Actually, I think it might even be here. Look, here it is right here. Here's all about the images. So you can go here and get lots of free royalty-free images that you can use on your website and on your advertising and marketing and so on. And here's where you can get some paid stuff just depending on what it is you're looking for. So make sure that you use images that really do speak to your audience. And we're going to talk a little bit about your target audience in a minute. But for example, if I once had a lady who built her website and on the front of it were a whole lot of young women, probably about the 18, 19-year-old age group in yoga gear, including wearing little crop tops, and they looked absolutely adorable. But what I knew straight away was this is not the lady's target audience. She wants to work with women who are in midlife, and so I asked her if she felt those photos reflected her target audience. And as soon as she looked at that and thought of it in that way, she said no. Because you see, if I went and looked at that, even though I'd be her perfect target audience, I'd think, oh, this isn't meant for women like me. It's meant for young women, you know, with great bodies and kind of yoga bunnies, that kind of stuff. So it's really important to make sure that you choose images that your perfect audience is going to relate to and love, okay? So make sure you choose great images. Where are we now? We are down to avoid overloading pages with text. Just don't make it all bunched up and use too much. Keep your copy concise and purposeful, and less is often more. Use white space wisely. So don't be afraid of having gaps around. It gives people some respite from the text, and it's a good idea to use white space to make your page feel more calm and not as overwhelming. Add an About Me page. So share your story, values, and qualifications so that visitors can connect with the real person behind the brand. This is super important. They want to connect with you and they want to know if you're the kind of person that they're happy to work with. Now, it's also really important to remember this isn't a dating site. So, you know, they don't need to know everything about you, like that, you know, you like to have your Sunday morning coffee in bed or whatever it is. They want to know your story about why you work in this industry, how you got to be here, what your values are, what your passions are, and how that's relevant to their story. Offer free resources. This is super important too. Free resources are a great way to attract people to your website and to your socials and to get them to just even know you exist. It's also a great way to build yourself as an expert in your field. And throughout this Holistic Success Hub programs, we will be creating a lot of content that you can use as a free resource. So, you can create free guides, quizzes, meditations, and use them as lead magnets and help to grow your followers and on socials and your email list. Ensure fast loading times. You need to make sure that your pictures, your images that you use are not too big. Okay, so you need to resize them, and sometimes the web builder will let you do that. Otherwise, there's other ways that you can go about resizing images. You just need to Google that. But if your images are really big, it can take a really long time for the site to load, and people lose interest and move on to the next one. Link to your social medias. Let visitors easily find and follow you on your social media and help them to stay connected with you. Update regularly. Keep your content, prices, services, and your calendar current and show that your business is active. Don't let it get dusty and old-fashioned. Sometimes I've gone on places and it's got, oh, they do retreats and I want to go on that retreat. They're training yoga teachers in Bali or whatever it is, and you go and have a look. It was last September, and you think, oh, I wonder if they're still even in business. And you don't contact them and ask them, you go and find something else. So make sure your website stays relevant and all the dates for the services and, retreats or workshops or whatever you're offering are current. So include SEO friendly keywords. The AI that you're going to use to build your website, if you do that, is actually going to give you the opportunity to choose keywords, but we'll also be going through that in one of our masterclasses through the Holistic Success Hub as well. Moving down here, why it's important to use royalty-free images, as we said before, and that's there for you. Now, just before I go on to one of the things is to say that this is everything you're going to need to do your branding, get a good idea of what you want your branding to be like, and start creating a really amazing website. And these things are super, super, super important because your website is your shop front and your branding is your professional image. Those things are super important. And you've got to love them, right? You've got to look at those colors and think, yes, those colors really sing to me. This branding needs to resonate with you. It's got to be reflecting your personal style, your flavor. It's got to be authentic for you. So don't just think this is something that is just an exercise to slap together. This is your chance to create branding for your holistic business that really speaks about who you are. And it's who you are that's going to attract all of those beautiful clients that you want to work with and that want to work with you. And that brings me to the importance of knowing who your clients are, and knowing who your clients are and how you can help them or provide them what they need is the first thing that you need to think about, because that will speak to your branding, your style, everything else, your offerings. First, know who are you talking to? What is the people's age group, gender, social standing, relationship position, what kind of history have they got? What kind of lives have they lived? What are they doing now? What kind of jobs, if they have jobs? And if they don't, what are they doing? What are their hobbies? Write a big list of the perfect client. Really think about who your perfect client is. And if you can't do that, then think about it as you, because you want to work with people who resonate with you. So people who are similar to you are great people to work with. And maybe they are experiencing an earlier stage of a journey that you've walked, and it might be the journey that actually led you to becoming a holistic therapist in the first place. Know who you're talking to and why what you've got to offer can be useful to them. You must have that in the forefront of your mind. And then you know exactly what it is that you need to say to people. If you go into creating your branding and your website, knowing who you're talking to and why you're talking to them, what you're offering that can really help them, it's going to make creating both your branding and your website not only so much easier, a lot more fun, and also a lot more productive when it comes to attracting the right people, because it's speaking to exactly the right people, and that's so important. I hope you have a lot of fun designing your branding and thinking about who your target audience is and creating your website, and I look forward to catching up with you again soon. Thank you. Bye.